Let's face it, getting around the Inland Empire on public transit can be a logistical nightmare. There always seems to be so much distance between where you are and where you're going, and the bus routes that do exist never seem to go directly there. I mean, unless where you are and where you're going happen to be on the same route, but you know what I mean.
Well, no
I could think of no better example of this than the time I had to go between the cities of Pomona and Corona for the vegan fair at Corona City Park. While this is a span of a mere 16 miles, it crosses through 3 different counties, with 3 different transit agencies. And at the time the options seemed so hopelessly miserable that I planned to just bike the whole way both directions. Until I realized that a certain online bookstore opened a massive warehouse in the city of Eastvale, causing both RTA and Omnitrans to reroute buses to terminate there, creating a transit connection that prior to did not exist, making my life so much easier, in theory. Before this development, the best option would have been to take Metrolink all the way to Riverside or San Bernardino and then transfer to Corona. But this isn't even possible certain times of the day, certain days of the week, especially not on a Saturday, where you can't even get there in the morning. The next best option would have been to take Omnitrans Route 61 to Ontario Mills, transfer to the 82 to Cherry Avenue, get on RTA Route 49 or 21 to Riverside, and then take the 1 to Corona. But now it is easy as taking the 61 to downtown Ontario, transferring to the 87 to Amazon Eastvale, and then getting on RTA Route 3 to Corona. Can't be that hard, right? Alright, we're here in Pomona, about to get bus number 1 of 3, the Omnitrans Route 61. Oh, it's the thing that caught on fire last week. While we are in Foothill Transit territory here, Omnitrans does have one route that goes into LA County, which is this one. As I mentioned in the Ontario Vegan Fair video, this corridor is being converted into a bus rapid transit line called the West Valley Connector, which makes a lot of sense since the 61 does get very crowded, runs every 15 minutes during peak hours, and due to the traffic on this street, tends to get congested, as evidenced by the fact that when I got off in downtown Ontario, there was another 61 immediately behind us, though my camera messed up and I didn't get the footage of it. Alright, bus number 2 should be arriving shortly. No, not that bus. We're here at Euclid and Holt. We just got off the 61, we're about to get on the 87 to Eastvale. I'm not really feeling that confident about this itinerary because it's impending on a -2 minute transfer at Amazon Eastvale. So if that actually happens, I'll be surprised. Otherwise, I'll just have another hour or so to hang around and film stuff. And right when I got off, we were racing another 61, so we passed right by it again, and then there's another one. That bus runs like every 15 minutes during the day, and it's like always crowded. So I'm glad they're turning it into a BRT. Leaving a sign for the BRT project across the street. Definitely can't read that. Oh look, another bus. It was supposed to be here 7 minutes ago, and the real-time tracker is saying it's getting here in 10 minutes, so I'm not feeling very confident about that -2 minute transfer. Adding to the logistical nightmare, the bus had the incorrect head sign active for this route, where it said 81 instead of 87, and I almost didn't even board the bus if it weren't for the people ahead of me asking if it was the 87, so that would have been bad. This is the 87?
Yes.
Oh, it says 81.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
It turns into the 81, it should be the 87.
Alright.
I'm running the 87 right now.
Okay. That's confusing. From downtown, we head south on Euclid Avenue, which has an extra wide median because historically there was a train line running down the middle. We then follow a staircase-looking route alternating between industrial and residential parts of Ontario. Well, that's a weird theme for a business center. Passing by some groundwater recharge ponds next to Kaiser Hospital, leading down into the area that smells like cow manure that is slowly being converted into more residential and industrial parts of Ontario, where I can retroactively make up for all the footage I didn't have in the Riverside Line video where I was talking about this part. This side is where all the industrial, residential, sprawling action's going on in Ontario.
Stop requested.
Alright, we're turning on Archibald, where we can witness the dairy industry's demise in real time. Archibald Ranch. Is it still a ranch now, though? Does this look like a ranch to you? It's a ranch in that the humans are the cattle. I see where they're going with this. Hey, I thought this wasn't a social commentary. Ontario Ranch Road. I just realized I'm the only one left on the bus. You think you got enough sprawl footage yet, boy? Well, apparently not. Turning right on Hanmer, we pass by the shopping center with the Costco and 99 Ranch Market, and turn on Goodman Way toward the Amazon warehouses. By the way, Goodman is an Australian-based property managing company that apparently rents the buildings to Amazon, among others, and the newer buildings seem to all have this green motif on the outside, as I've seen it elsewhere. Like in Fullerton, where they tore down that massive Kimberly-Clark paper mill.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So we got connections for the 87. Why does it still say 81? I don't know. We got the RTA 29 to Riverside, and then the one I'm taking, the RTA 3 to Corona. The expanse of this warehouse is like multiple warehouses. City of Eastvale is an interesting city. It kind of popped out of nowhere in the last 20 years. Before it was just cow farms and stuff. And the amount of white concrete around here really does an effect of radiating even more heat back at you, adding to the desert effect. So got some time before the 3 arrives since we didn't make the negative 2-minute transfer. We're like here and we're gonna go like this. Wait a minute. The system map shows the warehouse east of the 15 freeway. That's a mistake. There goes the bus. Man, it still says 81. Maybe that's why nobody was getting on at the end of the route. I don't know why Omnitrans doesn't have the route number on the back of the bus. Maybe they just assume that if you're looking at it from the back, you already missed it. If you're looking at the bus from the back, do you need to know what route it is? Of course you do. Because if you're on a bike chasing the bus, you want to know if you're chasing the right bus. Don't ask me how I know that. I've got about half an hour before the bus, so I might as well go for a spin and check this place out. I found this little gravel trail here surrounding what looks like some kind of fenced off environmental abatement land, so I figured I'd check it out. So this is the neighborhood called Eastvale Estates, and I wanted to point out that we're actually kind of close to the filming location of the Hill Valley Estates, or whatever they're called in Back to the Future, in the 1955 scene, which still actually hasn't been developed. It's one of those fanboy places to visit, like the Puente Hills Mall. So for the very specific need of needing a bike trail to cruise around on while you're waiting for your bus to transfer, they provided that. Alright, let's get a cool shot of the entrance. So prior to this warehouse existence, these 3 buses didn't come here, and now they all come here, and you can transfer between them, which is great for this area because there used to be like no transit here, and if you've ever ridden a bike through Ontario, Chino to Corona, it feels like it takes forever. And you know what else I know? Videos about Amazon warehouses equals instant views, so I figured I might as well make it. Because I was going this way anyways, have to get to Corona. And it used to take much longer to get to Corona this way. Because ain't nobody going all the way to Rubidoux, all the way to Riverside, and then all the way back down to Corona. You might as well just take the Riverside line to LA and take the 91 line to Corona, for that matter. Probably get there faster. Alright, let's get on that bus. I'm glad RTA still uses the good style bike racks, the ones with the hook over the wheel that I like. Seems like Omnitrans, Foothill, and Octa have all started switching to the crappy ones with the hook halfway up the wheel. North County Transit still uses these ones too. Oh, we got all 3 buses. Oh my gosh, I should have got the photo. I believe this is the first minibus we've ridden on this channel. So let's see how the wheelchair lift holds up. That's the thing you do on minibuses, right? Complain about how jangly the wheelchair lift is. Gilligang.
Route 3, southbound to Corona via Pack Ranch.
I believe these seats are more comfortable than the actual RTA bus seats. But yeah, this thing feels new. It smells like an airplane, and the AC is nice. We're about to head out of this place and off to Corona. Bye-bye, Amazon. See you next time on the internet. I feel like the windows on this bus are way clearer too. But yeah, more of the same. Houses on one side, warehouses on the other.
Limonite and Eastvale Gateway. Transfer point for Route 3 and 29.
Wait, how does this bus take like an hour and 15 minutes to go 9 miles? At least I get to enjoy the air conditioning and comfortable seats. It's one of those where you could probably bike faster than it and beat it by like half an hour. But then you'd have to deal with that traffic. Turning on Limonite. I mean, so far the wheelchair lift, I mean, you can hear it jangling, but it's not absurdly loud. Oh, pumpkin patch. And we're crossing over the 15. And it looks like Harupa Valley right here. Oh, now I remember why this bus takes forever. Because we make like a huge double S curve through the here. I might just go to sleep. And back over the 15.
This is illegal, you know.
Is that big sports bar? Oh, I think this is the bridge over the Santa Ana River. That means we're almost in Norco. Yeah, at this point I was kind of dozing off, but we passed New Norco College and then headed back down to Hanmer.
Next stop, Hanmer and 2nd.
There's that abandoned shopping center.
Spooky.
Next stop, Main and River.
Alright, we're almost there. And there's a big parking structure for the train station. As seen on Oceanside 30-year anniversary reunion birthday party. North Main Corona. Thank you. Big bad F550. Bean sniff territory. I must say I love RTA's logo. Well, we made it from Pomona to Corona. Pomona to Corona, that's the way you're gonna take 3 buses and it's gonna be a bona fide good ride. Get 16 miles, but at least you did it in style. Made it through the Amazon without swinging a vine. Could've done better if you took the Riverside line to LA and then all the way back. What is that? They say transit is whack in the Inland Empire. It's the desire for the cheap housing, but no, that's just a liar. That ain't affordable, you got to be resourceful. Using public transit, ride a bicycle, that's how I like to roll. Rock the microphone, the air conditioning will keep it cool like an icicle. They say the transit here is a nightmare, but to me it's still better than having to drive here. I know this video is about the warehouse thing, but I think the bigger anomaly is the minibus that takes an hour and 15 minutes to go that little distance. But the surprising part is people actually ride it. There were at least 10 plus people on there. Like, if that's the only ride that goes through your town and you don't drive a car and you don't feel like biking ridiculous distances in terrible traffic, then you're gonna take it. And I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad it transfers to the Omnitrans, as inconvenient as that was. Wait a minute, I just realized why it's called North Main Corona. Because it's on North Main Street. And this whole time I thought it was just the main station in Corona, and that it was north of West Corona. Actually, that wouldn't have made sense anyways, because it's slightly south of West Corona. Yeah, I'm gonna go now.